Coming up on this episode of DL Weekly, a new addition to Storybook Land canal boats, a casting call hints at new entertainment, Rex returns for a new party.
Interact with Avengers in a different way. Josh Gad takes guests on a spooktacular ride. We finish our conversation with Brandon from Spirit Jersey and more. DL Weekly starts now.
Buenos dias, señorita. My siestas are getting shorter and shorter. Oh, look at all the people listening. Welcome to DL Weekly's Enchanted Podcast. Hey, Tag and Teresa, mi amigos. Pay attention, it's showtime.
Hello and welcome to this episode of DL Weekly for the week of October 8th, 2025. I'm Tig Bushman.
And I'm Teresa Urban. We would like to thank everyone who supports the show, but this week we would like to give a special shout out to Ginny W. and Kirsten L. for becoming new weekly tiers, as well as Janie M. and Corey W. for your continued support. If you would like to help support the show and get ad-free versions of each episode, access to our supporter-only chat, plus a bunch of other fun perks like right now, this is our monthly episode live stream for our AP level and above supporters, head on over to dlweekly.net/support and become an official weekly tier.
Now let's get to the news.
Extra, extra, read all about it. DL Weekly reports from intrepid correspondents Tag and Teresa. You heard it here first, ladies and gents. Breaking news!
Well, there's been a lot of speculation on what's happening with Storybook Land canal boats at Disneyland since its refurbishment started. Well, we finally have at least part of an answer. Between the Patchwork section and Mr. Toad section, a new Rapunzel tower will rise, with wanted posters for Flynn Rider and a secluded dock with a boat inspired by the film. A trellis on the Casey Jr. Bridge will feature twinkling lights and play When Will My Life Begin during the day, and I See the Light at night.
This is such a fun small, like, it's not a huge, like the Frozen section when they added that. That was a big addition to Storybook Land canal boats. But this is such a, like, nice, small little nod to the movie, I guess would be a good way of saying it. And the thing that I like the best about this is they didn't take out an existing scene to do this. So it's totally an addition. It's not like something's getting replaced. I was quite worried that the patchwork quilt might have something happen to it because there was speculation online that may be going to Yesterland, but it didn't. This is getting added. The tower is being added between Toad Hall and where the patchwork quilt is, but it looks really nice. And I also like the thought of how it transitions from day to night, with daytime having different music playing than nighttime too, and it's not just the lights. I think that's a really cool touch.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that to inspire re-rideability, let's say, that you would have this to be day and night. I'm trying to pull up.
I don't think there was anything in that section. Is that
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
There's not even, somebody didn't even take like a photo on.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah,
Nothing.
It's literally just a wall of greenery.
Yeah, so it does look like maybe they did, like, there's a lot of work that's going into it, not because of, you know, having to redo stuff, but it looks like they're redoing how that wall works, because the new wall with the tower like dips down, so there's just a little ledge before you're like how do you want to say that, the base of the, it's like they cut a chunk out of the wall.
Yeah,
we'll put it that way. So where the tower scene is lower than what the wall was. So very cool. I'm excited to try and like spot all the little details, since there's going to be the little, like you said, the little wanted posters on the wall, like of Flynn, and then of course all the little lanterns and stuff, the little boat. Can
I point out that this person in this, if you're watching the stream, you'll see this almost looks like our logo.
I know.
I was like, are they wearing a DL Weekly shirt that we've never created before? That's interesting. Yeah, like I honestly didn't even remember this section, and so the fact that like finding this and looking at that, I like it. I'm interested to see what it looks like in person. The big question we have now is, when is it going to reopen?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. That is a good question. The other thing that's really cool, if you have some time, I highly recommend reading the full article from the Disney Parks blog, because it not only talks about, of course, the new edition, but it also talks about some of the history of Storybook Land canal boats, and like Walt's kind of tie to it, and how it did open with the park. It was named and themed differently when it first opened, but then opened the next year as the Storybook Land canal boats. It even talks about some fun little hidden trivia things that I think a lot of people probably know, that the light tower, the like striped lighthouse thing, is an original ticket booth from when this attraction used to be, a ticketed attraction, which is wild because every time we go past that and the mushroom, because the mushroom over by Alice in Wonderland,
They're so tiny.
also was a ticket booth. I just think it's wild that like somebody worked in that thing, especially the lighthouse looks like it would be very cramped quarters. But anyways, it talks about all of the little, like a bunch of fun little details and Easter eggs about the scenes itself. Like, did you know that every single door of all the little homes actually opens up so that cast members can change out light bulbs? Wild. I would have thought like the roof like popped off or something like that.
I mean, I guess you don't want the roof to pop off because like if it's windy or something, all these roofs go flying off.
But either way, I'm just like, wow. I do really also enjoy it. It was a good reminder at the end that they talk about in the Christmas holiday season that they get little holiday decorations at each of the houses. Maybe it's little wreaths or little decorated trees or, strung up holiday lights or whatever. But it does transform with the seasons as well, which I think is a very fun tiny touch.
Yeah. I can't even just think about what it takes to maintain this attraction because everything's so small. It's not like, the horticulture alone for this attraction, I feel like is just such a different beast than something else.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm thinking about is like, obviously this attraction, like this is one of those things that like popped in my head weird. This attraction has been located here since the beginning, even though like the rest of Fantasyland has changed, like they've moved everything else around. So this is like an original piece of Fantasyland that has not changed.
Yeah. Which
is crazy to me for some reason. Like, because everything else has been modified in some way, like the carousel moved and like, I don't know. It's just interesting.
Teacups moved.
Yeah.
The other thing too that I learned in this right up from the Disney Parks blog that when we're there next, I'm going to be the weird person that's trying to look and see this detail that is put there that most people probably don't even realize. But apparently, as you go and enter in Monstro the whale's mouth at the beginning of the attraction, if you look up onto the roof of Monstro's mouth, you can see a soot line that's supposed to then like be because in the movie Pinocchio, they start a fire to get out of the whale to get him to sneeze, and there's a soot line on the roof of his mouth to like, I don't know, pay homage to that, I guess. But I think that's like what a like who's looking up in the whale's mouth. But so anyways, I gotta pay attention. I think you can kind of just start to see it there.
Nope. I mean, probably, but I just clicked and it took me out of it.
It zipped you way past.
Yep. Anyway.
It's a very, very fun attraction. And I don't think a lot of people pay that close of attention to it, or they kind of like, oh, that's just a little kid's ride, or whatever. But it's definitely one that Disney fans and Disneyland fans need to make sure we stop and appreciate.
I'm looking at the satellite view, which, I love. And what's interesting to me is, like, I guess I never thought about how the waterway was laid out. This is not how I thought it was laid out. That's interesting. I also didn't realize that not only is the Storybook Land sign in flowers, but also the Casey Jr. Railroad sign is in flowers. Anyway.
Some new live entertainment is coming to the Disneyland Resort. A casting call has gone out for 7 improv actors, vocalists, movers, and dancers for a new production. They are also looking for band members to accompany the show. Submissions are open through October 17th. No word on when the show will debut or what it is.
Yeah, it's interesting. So the roles are described as the first role. These are all the first 4 roles are female presenting roles. So director of operations, frazzled, bossy, a natural leader. Role 2 is a perfectionist, awkward, wants to prove herself, second in command. Role 3 is a little cranky, impatient, stubborn. Role 4 is sweet, always ready to play but make up her own rules. And then there's 3 male presenting roles, quirky, sarcastic, gets things done, an announcer type, wants to be a newscaster, strong voice, and always happy, ready for anything is the third role. And then, of course, they have they're looking for people who can play instruments. They're looking for a saxophone, woodwinds person, a trombone, a drums, percussion, a trumpet, and an acoustic guitar. So I don't know what this is. I'm glad that they're bringing entertainment back to Disneyland. I'm excited to see what this is. I don't know if this is going to be something that is in the theater.
I'm hoping that it's going to...
In Fantasyland? Or are you talking about Hyperion? Or are you talking...
Oh, no. So it's... This one, I think it's I took this
that's
as
coming to
Disneyland
Park.
Park.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I took it as Disneyland Park, so I didn't even think about DCA. This sounds to me like maybe it's something that's going in the small, like not the big Fantasyland theater, but the what is the one called? Like the Storytellers.
Oh, you think it's going to replace like the Storytime?
Well, I don't know. But like the improv actors thing and like the small cast makes me think it's a smaller ensemble type for, something of that size. So maybe they're going to just maybe they're going to add or tell a different story over there. But it's also kind of a larger cast than what is going on over there. But I just don't feel like it's a big enough cast for the main big Fantasyland theater, because it doesn't sound like it's as large of a cast as like what Mickey and the Magical Map or something like that had. But maybe, who knows?
Well, they also said improvisational skills, but also interacting with like children and stuff. So, I mean, but it could be that. I hadn't even considered, because I thought that like there's already a show there and we love those shows.
Oh, yeah. But
so,
I don't know how long because it's been
a long time.
It's been Beauty and the Beast and Tangled for a while. So maybe they're just going to rotate one of those shows out. I don't know. I have no idea.
You got me thinking it's at the other place.
There's so many
possibilities.
So many possibilities.
Now I'm worried.
I'm just happy to see casting call for a new entertainment, and it's not just replacing, a person that's, a thing that's already there.
Well, not too long ago, Rex from Toy Story came to Pixar Pier. He is back, but this time is ready to party. Partysaurus Rex, which is Rex in his party outfit of a Viking hat with red locks hanging out, a few necklaces with colorful beads, and a peace sign. You can catch Partysaurus Rex in the 2012 Pixar short Partysaurus Rex, which is part of the Toy Story Toons series.
Have you seen this short?
I have not.
Okay, you need to put it on your watch list. It's a short, so you can.
You saw it like before this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like they're, I don't know, they're having like a party in the bathroom. It's like a pool party and there's like all sorts, I don't know. It's fun, but I love this. I love this so much. I was not expecting Partysaurus Rex to be coming to Pixar Pier and DCA so soon, because Rex just debuted. Was that earlier this year?
That was earlier this year.
So it's fun that he's already getting in the Halloween spirit and he's wearing like a costume for him. This is like a must, I think, on my list, because we did not make time to go over and see Rex when he was there last time. So I really want to go see this.
I just want to see. Oh, it's funny because I have OBS. It won't let me see the actual video because it thinks
it's like they're having like a pool party thing in the bathtub.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah. Anyway,
you got to watch the full short. It's super fun. What are your thoughts on Rex?
I love the character Rex. I don't really think I have any strong opinions about him showing up, although I think it's fun that there are variations of Rex, like this party one.
But do you want to meet him?
Sure.
You're indifferent. Got it.
Well, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of characters who I'd like to meet, and like Rex is fun. I don't know. I guess I never thought I would meet him.
Yeah, I just think he's like unique. You know what I mean? Like fun and unique. Anyways, speaking of character interactions, there's a new way to interact and maybe get a photo with your favorite Avenger. There's a new Avengers Assemble moment in Avengers Campus where a few Avengers come out together. They're introduced by the Friday voice over the PA and pose for a group photo in front of the Avengers Jeep. They then break up to meet with guests for photos in the area. After a short time, the Friday voice comes back and informs them that they are needed elsewhere, and they disperse.
So I think this is interesting, right? Like, they come out as a group, which I think is a great idea, because this reminds me of like...
they don't have the show right now.
Yeah, but this reminds me of just in Disneyland in general, like on Main Street, or Fantasyland's an even better example. Sometimes there's just characters walking around. And so I like this idea that they all like come out together, they pose for a group photo, which like some people just want that, right? They just want a group photo of what, like they don't have to be in it, but like all of them together, it's like a cool shot. Kind of like the show used to be, right? And then they kind of split up and you can go to whatever your top choice is. It seems to me, according to the article that we have linked in the show notes, that it's different characters. So even later in the same day, it had some different characters. And so you just go pick whoever you want to go see, and then they're not out too long where it's going to make like a long wait or whatever. Yeah. It's kind of like an impromptu thing. I like this.
Yeah, I think it's a really fun and easy like addition for them to add to this space in the area.
Yeah. Well, one of our favorite previously turned down cast members and now Disney legend Josh Gad was back at Disneyland recently. This time he was working the Haunted Mansion. This took place before the holiday overlay was installed, as he can be seen talking to the caretaker, dancing with the ballroom ghosts, and much more. You might remember that Josh previously worked on the Jungle Cruise as a skipper, was a conductor on the Disneyland Railroad, and worked the Kilimanjaro Safari at Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World. To see his experience, check out the link in our show notes.
This is so fun. Every time they do one of these, I just love it. I always just think, how crazy and fun would that be if you happen to be one of the guests that just, in this case, strolled into the mansion and you're greeted by Josh Gad in like the foyer area before you even step onto your stretching room, aka your elevator. Just wild. I think it's so I want his job. Like, I don't know what this job is, but I want it, where I just get to go be like a fun cast member and experience all of these different attractions, like just experience them for a day.
I love his delivery.
Yes.
So he's out there and he's like, oh, well, I guess I was supposed to be here, but the gates are, and then they start opening, are magically opening. And then he's like, and he, does whatever. I don't know. He just has these like moments. Later, he's carrying some candlesticks, and a cast member from the attraction goes, "Where did you get those?" And he's like, "I don't know." She's like, "No souvenirs." But I don't know. I want more of this, and I'm so glad Disney has done this.
He's walking down the endless hallway,
and talking to the
"Let me out of here" guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And I thought that they've done a really brilliant job he looks like he's just wandering, and the way they've shot it, the doom buggies are there, but you don't really notice them.
I forgot about him trying to dance with the ghosts.
They did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he was talking about giving the dogs some
Whatever
more.
you do not want to go up there.
I will not be hurrying back. You may want to add a little protein into your dog's diet. And then this is that hallway we haven't been down yet. This is that.
Are you an animatronic?
Have you not seen this? Or
I didn't see this. I didn't see
things?
This ending part. I only watched what was on social media.
Well, then he's up in the room or whatever, and it's just funny. People freaking out. I think this must have been like at park opening in the morning, so word had not spread.
Yes.
And so there was some surprise. They also seem to put in fewer guests than a normal thing, because when they show inside the stretching room, there's only a small group or whatever. I like that he said, "Please step into the dead center of the room," and then somebody seemed really shocked. He said, "No one's going to point." Oh, somebody said, "No one's going to point this out," and he says, "No one will ever believe you."
Anyways, I just think these are so fun.
This.
What do you think his next attraction is going to be?
Ooh. Pirates. He has to do pirates, right?
I don't know if they'll do that because, right, Johnny Depp used... That was
true.
what Johnny Depp used to come in and do.
Let's see.
Maybe he'll be a Storybook Land Canal boat.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Spiel delivery person. Anyway.
I want to see him try to be
Oh, there you go. Kate in the chat said Rise. He could be one of the...
That's what I was just going to say. I want to see him be like a mean first order person.
There you go.
That he won't be able to do a good job at because he's not a mean person.
But yeah, just super fun. If you haven't seen it yet, we've got the links in our show notes.
Yeah. Wonderful video. Definitely watch it.
Well, the Broken Spell Lounge at the Disneyland Hotel, which opened back in October of 2024, so almost a year already, just now got its permanent sign. The new sign hangs from the ceiling with what appears to be a magic wand and some twinkling stars surrounding the Broken Spell Lounge name. The lounge is usually open from 4 to 10 p.m. with live music daily at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m. I like this sign.
Yeah.
I really like this sign. I don't know, it didn't take a year for the sign. It's not an overly complicated sign, but I just really like it.
Do you think that they were trying to see if this lounge was going to be popular enough to do whatever?
I still feel like this... I don't know. This just feels like it's temporary because this used to be where the steakhouse was.
Right.
Where Steakhouse 55 was. So I just feel like there's a lot of unused potential and space than what they're currently using. So I'm curious. But for the time being, I do really enjoy that they have something going on there and that it's not just dark.
Yeah. I
And I
do
just
think
love
that
the theming.
they could have a steakhouse. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't. I don't know.
Maybe
I hope they'd
someday.
figure something out. Let's just say that.
Maybe someday again. But I do really like the theming that it's like villains themed, and I like that it's kind of like leaning into like the mid-century modern
sure.
vibe. It kind of like the Broken Spell Lounge logo. It kind of just reminds me of like Bewitched or something.
Oh,
Was it
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bewitched? Or like Bewitched, and like kind of that, I don't know.
That time frame
Yes.
of design. Yeah. Well, speaking about that time, not only is Disneyland celebrating 70 years, but so is the Mickey Mouse Club. The Mickey Mouse Club premiered on October 3rd, 1955. To celebrate, some new retro-style merchandise has come to the resort. There are some classic Mickey ears, a Mickey Mouse Club member jacket, a Mickey plush, a tote bag, tea, and more.
This is so fun. I kind of forget that the Mickey Mouse Club started the same year as Disneyland. For some reason, I always feel that it was before.
Before Disneyland?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I always feel like it started before, but this is fun that they've got, and it's such an iconic and like classic design that it's just kind of timeless, really. So it's fun that even, yes, though it's 70 years later, it still fits, and a lot of people still really enjoy, have fond memories of the Mickey Mouse Club when they were kids. Of course, Mickey Mouse Club came back. There was a couple of different, what do you want to say, versions of Mickey Mouse Club. It came back. But I just think this is so fun. I'm curious if Vern will want to get some of the original vintage looking style ears, since he very much enjoys the ear hats, which of course started because of the Mickey Mouse Club.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's fun.
Oh, look at some of like the kid outfits, like that like plush like thing that looks super warm. Yeah, I think they did a good job with some of this merch.
Oh, that's cute. There's an honorary member, and it's a coffee mug.
Yeah. Oh, like a Mickey Mouse marching kind of thing. I kind of want to go back. I like maybe before I add more stuff to watch to my list, which is already really long. I kind of want to go back and watch some things like the original Mickey Mouse Club and stuff, just to kind of like, because I feel like I used to watch these things when they had Vault Disney. Like they used to have like episodes of that on the Disney Channel. So anyway, have you seen the Mickey Mouse Club before? Like an episode of it?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In the hub at Disneyland during Halloween time, there are pumpkins that represent each land of the park with a character representative. Adventureland started this Halloween season with Tarzan, but has been swapped to Jose from Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This change makes sense since Tarzan's treehouse has been replaced with the Adventureland treehouse. It is interesting, though, that they swapped them mid-season.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. Like usually when Disney puts out something, it's like, okay, well, next year they'll switch it or whatever. Not this time.
Well, and like I felt... How do I say this? I felt like even though Tarzan wasn't physically part of Adventureland anymore, it didn't feel out of place that Tarzan would represent Adventureland. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Tarzan lives in the jungle. Adventureland is very jungle-esque themed. So yeah, but then they did the same thing with... So this is the second most recent, or no, there's two more recent pumpkins that have... So Bayou Country, of course, got Tiana. Princess Tiana is the Bayou Country pumpkin. That debuted, was that last year? Must have been. But yeah, anyways. I think this is a fun little addition that they do to help celebrate the season in the hub.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. I find it fascinating that they did this mid-season is the most interesting thing to me. But otherwise... Well, we have a couple of construction updates to tell you about around the resort. First, the Disneyland Hotel security gates near the old ESPN Zone building are still closed. I can't wait until that gets done so we can stop calling it that. But the new gates are installed and should be open soon. Over in Disney California Adventure, the 2 new Avengers Campus attractions are coming along quickly. The main framing of the building or buildings, depending on how you look at it, is complete. The walls should start to enclose the structure soon. The scale of this structure is massive. So I looked at Mice Chat had like some
aerial. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's large. And I'm trying. Here's the problem. David from Fresh Baked is having the exact same issue that I am. When you look at the concept art and you look at the building that has been erected, it is really challenging to try to figure out what's what because it doesn't match. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this? Have you looked at those?
I haven't
at all?
looked that closely,
Okay.
but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm just curious when this all pulls together and comes together. It just feels like it's been very, very construction heavy the past couple of years. So, because we had Project Stardust ahead of Batuu, which Batuu was kind of, it didn't feel like it affected a lot of things like the construction around the resort.
Sure.
Since then has. So I'm just really curious. And I'm also just kind of excited. We get to see and report on this every week, but we see other people's photos and thoughts and ideas on this. So I'm just really excited to go see these things in person, to like see what it looks like to have the new buildings peeking over the construction walls at Avengers Campus, and just take a peek at what those new security, like the updated security gates that now have gates installed, what that looks like. And I'm very curious about all of it and excited to see more and see how it all shapes up.
Okay, so
the other hard thing too is they're not the same. Like, it's not the same angle.
it is not the same angle, but here's the. I'm sorry for
facade.
listeners, for the stream people who explain this. So the facade of the Avengers headquarters is like down in the bottom,
And it's really thin. Like, it's just that.
Yeah.
It's just a facade. There's not. It looks like there's a building back there, but there really isn't.
So if you look at the concept art, we'll have this all linked in the show notes, by the way. So if you want to look at this at the same time, like as I'm describing this, so the concept art looks like there's like a long building along the back that like the main Infinity Defense attraction might be part of. And actually it looks like it's probably part of this too, with the second Quinjet on top of. Then there's this like front section, which I was thinking maybe like was this the like U shape of it, but without the kind of covering that's over like where the entrance is what I was thinking maybe this was here. But that doesn't seem right either. So I just
maybe
don't
they
know.
haven't put that part in yet. Maybe that's going to be closer to the facade.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I find it challenging to like figure out like, is this? I don't know. It's and then there's this like glass thing that David from Fresh Baked was pointing out. And he was thinking that was this. And I said, I don't think that's that, because I think that's going to be something like over here. I don't know.
Time will tell.
And then, of course, what do they always say at the bottom of all their stuff? Artist concept only. So it
You
could be
mean to
totally
tell
different.
me that Spider-Man really isn't swinging through
Well,
Avengers Campus?
now that you're saying that, I'm wondering how many other like little like Easter eggs there are here. Like, are there other little things hidden in here? But no,
be.
I'm
be.
just really excited to see like how does this eventually
How it all
turn
shapes
out?
up.
Like, is this going to be a path over here that connects to Cars Land?
Well, see, it's right there. You can see the path.
Oh, right here.
Yep. You can see the path there. That's the Cars Land path.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have so many questions.
So many questions.
And I'm really excited to see how it turns out. And when do you think, like, if you had to guess,
I don't know.
when do you think that, like, this will be open?
2 years.
You still think 2 years from now?
I don't know. Year and a half.
Well, that makes sense, because next year is the second year of the 70th, so they probably don't need anything for that necessarily. But the next year after that, they'll need something to bring
2
people.
years then.
There
I'll
you
stick
go.
with my 2 years.
There you go. That's
So
not too bad.
2027 is what I'm guessing.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Guess.
Yoo-hoo! Hello, everybody! It's me, Heimlich. My stomach is so empty. Hey, help me to go find something to eat. Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Well, this week in Snack Chat, we are still eating our way through downtown Disney, and we're stopping at Naples Ristorante e Bar this time.
I have a question for you before we get
Okay.
into stuff. So when I was pulling this up today, and I was trying to figure out like covering dining. So when I'm looking at the map for downtown Disney,
Yeah.
and so we don't want to cover the Wetzel's Pretzels
We can
cart
cover. I think we
or
can
Kayla's
cover
Cakes
some
or
of those. Yeah,
Starbucks.
we can cover those together. I think.
Okay. But we'll hit the big stuff
Yeah.
now, and we'll come back to the small stuff. Okay. Anyway,
Why not? So for Naples, it's mainly I think it's mostly known for its like lunch and dinner menus. However, they are open for breakfast, which this is not something I like. I think I knew, but like don't remember. Does that make sense?
I don't think I remember this either.
Yeah. So for breakfast, there's all sorts of fun things. You can kind of go for a light breakfast or you can go for a more hearty breakfast. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, we'll get there. There is a yogurt breakfast parfait, which is Greek yogurt, mixed berry compote, granola, fresh mixed berries. Can't go wrong there. And there's also cinnamon raisin overnight oats, which is chilled rolled oats, steeped with milk, cinnamon, brown sugar, maple syrup, apples, and raisins. Also, can't go wrong there. That sounds good.
For the millennials, I guess, out there, they have avocado toast, which is a ciabatta toast, smashed avocado, marinated mozzarella and cherry tomatoes, oregano, basil, and balsamic reduction. You can also add an egg to it if you'd like. They also have a Naples pork hash, which is slow-cooked Italian pork, potato, carrot, red pepper, and oregano.
We also have a breakfast burrito with flour tortilla, cheddar cheese, potato, egg, bacon, sausage. A Calabrian? I don't think I know that. A Calabrian?
Good question.
Calabrian pepper aioli, and biscuits with Italian sausage gravy. So, of course, 3 biscuits smothered in Italian sausage gravy.
They also, of course, have buttermilk pancakes, which are 2 buttermilk pancakes topped with mixed berries, mascarpone cream, and maple syrup. And an Italian chicken fried steak, which is a breaded beef cutlet, Italian sausage gravy, and a fried egg.
There, you can have a spinach and tomato frittata, which is a traditional spinach and tomato frittata with goat cheese and fresh basil. This is the one that caught my eye earlier. Banana French toast. 2 slices of banana French toast topped with sliced banana, spiced walnut pieces, mascarpone cream, and maple syrup. I don't know if you'd need the maple syrup on that.
No, I don't think so. And then to round it out, we have the Italian breakfast sandwich, which is a ciabatta roll, a parmigiano ham, fontina cheese, egg, avocado mash, and a Calabrian pepper aioli. And then a classic breakfast. 2 eggs any style, roasted breakfast potatoes, bacon or sausage, and a ciabatta bread toast.
Did you hear that, Tag? Breakfast potatoes. Are you going to have to try these and see if they're the breakfast potatoes or not?
That's a good question. We'll have to find out.
And of course, there is a kids menu, which is buttermilk pancake, scrambled eggs, or a breakfast burrito option. This is fun. They do have morning cocktails, so you can have a Naples Italian margarita, a Naples Bloody Mary, there's a Bellini, an espresso martini, or a mimosa.
I'm just looking because I was thinking, we're talking about this, and one of the things that I did not know is the price, but they don't have the prices on here either.
Since it's not a Disney menu, like it's not a Disney property, they do not have the pricing online on the Disney website.
Breakfast is between 8 a.m. and 10:55 a.m. and is $15 to $34.99 per adult. Lunch is 11 to 4:55 p.m. and is $15 to $34.99 per adult. And dinner is 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock, same pricing. So $15 to $35 is kind of the range that you might hit.
I was trying to look real quick. I don't
think lunch and dinner are the same?
Yeah, there isn't anything totally popping out at me that's like, oh, yeah, the lunch and dinner menu is that different. So we will just go.
I am excited for this appetizer. They have house-made focaccia.
I know.
With an arrabbiata dipping sauce. That sounds amazing. They also have a panzerotti, which is a fried pizza dough filled with fresh mozzarella, ricotta, parmesan marinara. I kind of want these now.
There is a calamari fritti, which is crispy calamari with spicy tomato sauce. Ooh, caprese, that's one of my favorites. Heirloom tomatoes, mozzarella, basil, sea salt, extra virgin olive oil.
So there's a tagliere misto, which is salami rosta, salami calabrese, a salami toscano, fontina cheese, a grana padano, a Castelventrano olives, walnuts, apricots, honeycomb, and rosemary crackers. This serves up to 4.
Wow. This almost sounds like a charcuterie board.
Yeah. And then there's a burrata e marmalata, which is a burrata, tomato jam, basil, microgreens, olive oil, and a crostini. That also sounds very good.
You can also get a cup of minestrone or a bowl of minestrone soup.
We have salads, which Teresa's always a big fan of. So there's a chicken Caesar, which is basically what you would expect, and a contadina, which is chopped romaine, radicchio, salami, provolone, garbanzo beans, cherry tomato, olive, pepperoncini, red onion, and Italian vinaigrette.
There's a Sonoma chicken salad, roasted chicken with red and green grapes, celery, blue cheese, walnuts, gem lettuce, and a citrus vinaigrette. And you can get a side della casa salad, which is mixed greens, onions, red onions, tomato, parmesan, oregano, pepperoncini with an Italian vinaigrette.
I'm just going to say right now, there's a lot of things we're not going to be able to pronounce in this next section.
Well, and I don't know how much, there's a lot of menu to go to, and pizzas.
There is.
So there's a lot of menu. We're going to probably
Let's just categorize.
Let's
so They have
categorize.
pasta, which has a bunch of, it looks like
There's
it has
like a chicken
7
penne,
options. Yeah.
spaghetti meatballs, chicken ravioli Florentine.
There's some regular entrees, which are things like a salmon fillet. There's a piccata. There's an eggplant. There's a flat iron steak. And then you can get sides of Brussels sprouts with prosciutto. That sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
Broccoli, heirloom baby carrots, tomatoes, fruit cup. And then what are the kind of pizzas?
Tons of pizzas. It looks like you can do either a 10-inch or a 20-inch. Of course, you've got like some of the classics, like a large pepperoni or a margarita pizza. But there's also one, it's a shrimp. Interesting. Ensenada shrimp. There's a New York pizza. There's a pollo, so like a chicken pizza, the Hawaiian, of course. Pesto, ooh, that sounds good. A pesto genovese. There's also a vegan. Oh, look at this. There's a Venice Beach vegan pizza. So for our veggie and vegan friends out there, it's a vegan mozzarella, tomato sauce, marinated artichoke, roasted red pepper, grilled onion, and green pepper. And a hot honey sopresta.
They have quite a lot of cocktails. They have spritzes, some margaritas. They have an old-fashioned, stuff like that. They also have sangria. So they have a blush sangria, a white sangria, a red sangria, and a sangria flight. So if you can't make up your mind and you want to try all of them.
Yeah, and it looks like they have a nice wine menu, too, that is quite large. All sorts of different beers as well.
Did you see that? The passion fruit unsweetened iced tea.
That does sound good. There's also a strawberry lemonade. Ooh, there's also a maple. So these are all the like non-alcoholic drinks. There's a passion fruit unsweetened iced tea, a strawberry lemonade, Naples blush. That sounds great. Pomegranate juice, blood orange juice, lemon juice, and sparkling soda.
This traditional Italian soda, so there's strawberry, which, okay, whatever. There's a French vanilla. That's intriguing. Or raspberry club soda, and a splash of cream.
So what you do is you get to choose. Do you want strawberry, French vanilla, or raspberry? And then they mix that with club soda and a splash of cream.
That still sounds fascinating.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like.
So Naples, treats that I've eaten here, I will say the one thing about it is, because you look at it and you think, I mean, I guess next door is the pizzeria, but they're a little pricier, let's just say.
It is a nicer
Italian restaurant.
Yes, it is a nicer dining experience. So it is not, your normal pizza place type pricing. It is an Italian restaurant pricing more so, and not like, it's not like chain restaurant style. It's much more elevated. Very good.
Yeah.
We just always kind of forget about it because it's outside of the parks. We tend to be very park focused when we're eating.
I also think what happened was like you and I went there I don't remember why
it was our first D23.
Yeah. And we went there and we were like, oh, this is a lot more pricey than we expected it to be. And the food was like, at that time, the food was like fine.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like, okay, so this is something that I just have in general. It doesn't have to be Disney related at all. But I find it interesting so like Royal Caribbean has this too, where the Italian restaurant, which is like pasta and like pizza, two things that I happen to know like don't cost a lot of money ingredient wise. I have a hard time when it's like fancy restaurant prices for like pasta.
Yeah, unless maybe it's fresh made pasta.
Well, totally
that sort of thing.
But I'm also the type of person that like I'm fine with just. I'm sure our exchange student that's from Italy is screaming at the podcast if he was here this right now. I'm fine with the like dried stuff at the store that you just throw in the water.
He would not be happy with you at all.
No, he would not. Anyway, well, if you're going to be at the Disneyland Resort Sunday, October 19th, which is just less than a couple weeks away at this point.
It's like a week and a half.
Come and meet us and other weekly tiers, and the producers will be there. We'll be at the covered seating area just outside the D-Lander shop in downtown Disney by the Downtown Disney live stage. We'll be there from 1 to 3 p.m. Stop by and get yourself a little something that you can only get by meeting us in person. We hope to see as many of you there as possible. Once again, that is Sunday, October 19th by the D-Lander shop in downtown Disney from 1 to 3 p.m.
DLWeekly announces the boarding of the Trivia Express, non-stop star speeder service to the moon of Endor. All passengers, please prepare for immediate boarding.
Hello there, folks. Welcome to Trivia Land. Hope you're excited to be here.
I mean, we come here every week. I feel like... What?
I decided something.
Uh-oh.
I feel, we'll see if there's anything to this, but I kind of feel sometimes, a little behind the scenes for listeners, sometimes we record trivia first before we've done any sort of other podcasting. And other times we record it like in the correct flow of the episode. So like tonight, we're recording it in the correct flow. So it's coming after news and how you would listen to everything, right?
Okay.
I wonder if we do better.
Like our brains are pumped,
Yes.
like primed?
Yes. I'm curious if that makes a difference as what, like,
I mean, I guess we'll
when
find
we
out.
first come up here versus when we've been talking Disney for a while.
So what I'm hearing is we need to do analytics because it's basically Vern has to ask the questions early when he's
Yep.
doing it, and I typically ask them later.
Yep.
Because
So I'm
then-
curious.
So, well, I am excited to test that theory. I've got 4 questions for you tonight, 2 from the listeners. So we will see how it goes.
Okay.
My first question for you comes from listener Joe from Illinois, who didn't actually send this as a question, but more of as a piece of information.
Oh.
But I liked it, so it's a question now. So thanks, Joe. The question is, true or false, you can still get a Maraglyphics decoder card.
True.
True. I mean, that's kind of vague. Like, does he mean from the resort, or like, can I print one on the internet?
Like
Oh,
at the
yeah,
park,
at the
can you
park.
get one?
I just want to make sure.
Wouldn't it be easier to print one at home?
Yeah, but you're not getting the legit thing.
Ah, I see. Okay.
And what if you don't have a color printer?
That's true.
It's like why you take the Ziploc from, what is it, Jungle Cruise that had the Ziplocs most
It was
recently?
Splash Mountain.
Splash had them, but then Jungle Cruise also had them for a time.
Why did Jungle Cruise have them?
I don't know, but that's why I thought it was hilarious.
You don't get wet on the Jungle
It is a
Cruise.
water ride.
I have that. You don't remember this? They
I
had
think
like
it was a movie promotion, maybe.
Could have been, but or just a Ziploc promotion in general.
You know, we were talking earlier about Josh Gad doing stuff. I want to see Dwayne The Rock Johnson
He
jungle
did.
cruising. Yeah, but I want to see more of that.
Oh, you want to see it again? Got it.
I want to be on the boat.
Don't we all?
All right.
I want to be on the boat with Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Josh
There
Gad.
you go.
I want competing jungle cruise skippers.
There you go.
Well, speaking of the Jungle Cruise,
Oh,
my next question for you.
see, we're primed. We're primed.
You're ready. And we're going to see how much you pay attention to the little details.
Oh,
The Jungle Cruise has signage on the outside that says free fares for today, but there are extra fees if you bring one of these 3 things with them. What are those 3 things that you're going to get charged extra for according to the signage?
I don't know if I know this sign.
do we not? I think there's a picture of us pointing at the sign.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I read the sign.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
we
like
have a
most
picture with
people.
The sign.
Like I tell my students, the hardest thing I'll ask them to do is read. We're all guilty of it.
This sign can't stop me because
3
I can't read.
things
Way to
that
go,
you get
DW.
charged extra.
Yep. And
I'm
I will
gonna
be clear, they are like categorical, so it's not just like a sandwich.
What do you mean categorical?
Categorical,
Like-
so yeah, it's not like these 3 specific items. It would be something you would lump together.
Like
Oh, boy.
hats, shoes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like what are things that you would take that like you would want
Bags.
to take with you? So yeah, bags. I was gonna say like a camera.
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 Well, I'm going to say bags, camera,
don't
children.
Don't you point at me.
Children.
Bags, camera.
Children. It's a good one.
Children.
Kids, maybe? You know, that category
It's
of...
categorical.
little person.
I will accept this as you put them together. So
Yeah.
Would equipment go with bags?
those could be separate
Okay,
categories.
I'm gonna say equipment.
Equipment.
All right. Question number 3 for you. What is the capacity for each cycle of the Golden Zephyr?
Ooh, 75 came to mind, so I'm going with it.
Takes like there's 1,
Tag's
2,
trying to
3.
count. Yeah.
How many
James, you're good at
cars? How
math.
many
What's 12
people?
times 5?
60.
60. Because I think there's 6 rows of 2, and I think there's 5 Zeppelin-looking things.
Zephyrs.
Zephyrs.
5 Zephyrs. 5 Golden Zephyrs.
You know what my random thought recently was? Like, why don't we have airships anymore?
I think they're inefficient, but
But they're cool. Like,
They're
I'd
so
pay to ride.
cool.
I'd pay to fly on a blimp
yeah.
or a Zeppelin, if you will.
All these great questions, right?
Anyway,
Perfect for a Disneyland podcast.
where's Lee? I feel like if Lee was watching the stream right now, he would have the answer to this because he has all types of historical information like that. Anyway, continue,
Yes.
please.
Let us see how much you know. My last question for you. A list question, courtesy of Zach R.
Ooh.
In order, name the destinations in Soarin' Around the
Oh,
World.
no. Around the world. Okay, where do you even start? I know we're in
I don't like
Africa,
this one.
And I'm just trying to think of all the transitions.
There's a polar bear. There's Africa.
Yeah.
Because there's the elephants with the sand.
Yeah, but
there's
then
the
it goes
Taj
to, like, the Taj
Mahal.
Mahal.
There's
No. Does it go to the Taj Mahal or Egypt? It goes to Egypt from the...
I'm just trying to give you the scenes and we can put them in order. So you got the polar bears.
We got to figure out what's first, though. Polar bears is towards the beginning.
What I'm saying is, why don't we list what all the scenes are and then we can put them in the right order? Then you can put like a number next to them.
That's not how my brain... Yeah.
Well, how your brain works is how my brain works. Paris, of course, with the Eiffel Towers, towards the end, because it's that to Disneyland.
Yeah.
So maybe we work our way from the end. Because what do we have before? What's the scene that's like almost dark but isn't dark? Because like dark is the Eiffel Tower.
I don't know.
I don't even. Oh, there's Australia too, because there's the plane that like flies by the. Yep. You looked at me like Australia, preposterous.
I was thinking like the Outback. I'm like, I don't remember there being like.
I'm trying to think. So like when the ride starts and the clouds part, like what's the first thing you see?
Oh, you know what? I think it's I think the polar bear to Australia.
That sounds right.
I think it's polar bear. So what is that? North Pole, South Pole.
Oh, then there's the Great Wall, is also one of the places. That's kind of like later.
Is it Australia to Great Wall?
It could be. I don't know. I haven't gone on this as much as I've went on the original version.
That's why it's a good trivia question.
James, I know this might be cheating, maybe. Can you tell me how many scenes there are?
Oh,
that is the hint I am willing to give.
I was going to ask what the first one was.
There
maybe
are
we could work our way through.
13 scenes.
Oh,
13.
no.
How many did we write down?
5. We have written down.
Polar
You're
bear,
doing
Australia,
great.
China, Paris, Disneyland. There's the pyramids in Egypt, so it's Egypt.
Oh, we didn't. Where's Africa? Africa's somewhere in here too. Dang it.
That's what I'm saying. Make a list of that order.
Can we have one more hint? Can we have what the first scene is? Or a hint for the first scene?
Have we guessed the first scene yet?
You have not guessed the
Okay,
first
then
scene.
maybe we should wait till we guess the first scene.
Yeah, we haven't guessed the first scene yet.
If we guess it, will you tell us what it is?
Sure.
Okay.
I can also give you a very giveaway hint for it, but I'd like you to work a little harder before I give you that hint.
Yeah. Polar
13.
bear, Australia, China, Paris, Disneyland, Africa, India.
I think it might go China to Africa, Africa to India.
Okay.
Like I think this.
Sure.
Oh, India to New Mexico because it's a hot air balloon.
Yeah. There you go. And then what do we do after the hot air balloon?
Is that
because the
like
eagle
a Spire thing? Yep.
The eagle flies at us, and then we're somewhere else. I think the eagle flies by, and then we're in Australia. But that feels weird because I feel like wouldn't they put it in order of which? James, just out of curiosity,
Yes.
the list you have.
Yes.
The order in which they are in, does it make sense in the
No.
way that like you would travel?
No.
No. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that like I wasn't trying to make a connection that wasn't there.
Not a chance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Because the
7,
plane
8.
flies like at the end. Is that transition for
Australia? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got China, Paris. There's nothing in like the UK, is there?
I don't think so.
So we would need 4 more. We're missing 4. Oh, there's that waterfall. I don't remember where it is, but it's that waterfall.
I think that's towards the beginning. Waterfall.
Yeah, because the waterfall. Oh, there's the kayaker guys in the ocean.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because it turns from that into the waterfall. Because I was like, well, that's a weird transition.
Where do we think that is? Like
I don't know.
Pacific, South Pacific, like
Yeah.
Fiji or something?
Yeah, I feel like it's something like that.
Where do we think the waterfall is?
That's in like, what's it called? Amazing Race went there. It was like South America somewhere.
Okay, we'll go South America.
Like Brazil or something. Okay. So then there was the
I feel like the rowing's later in the thing.
I thought it was earlier in the thing.
I'm trying to remember, like, because that's one of the times that a scent comes. We also have the dirt scent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what other scents there are on the top of my brain right now.
How many are we missing?
3.
We're missing 3.
And we still don't have the first one yet.
Oh, Castle Neuschwanstein.
Oh, you're right. My goodness. And that's located...
Germany.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe we go to New Mexico to the castle.
What's New Mexico?
The hot air balloons. And then we have the like, butte.
Yeah. So we're missing, what, 2 now? 2. Normally I would give up, but I feel like it's in my brain somewhere. We have not picked the first one yet, though, James?
No.
Nope.
Oh, gosh darn it.
No, we haven't.
The whale thing is the same as the polar bears, right? Where the whale comes up and splashes and the splash happens.
Oh.
I think so, because I think the polar bear jumps in the water. I think you're above the water, then the whale
yep.
splashes.
I might be making a silly mistake questioning this, but based on the list I have and numbers you've given me, I think you're only missing 1 at this point. I'm going to assume it's because you haven't put Disneyland on your list.
We did.
Okay.
We did.
Then
But we're
I
not
don't know
We
which
have
2
we
you're
have
missing.
Fiji. So, James, we have Fiji.
Great.
We have the waterfall
In South America.
in South America. We have polar bear. We have Australia. We have China. We have Africa. We have Egypt. We have India, New Mexico, Germany, Paris, Disneyland.
We're still missing the beginning, though.
I think you're just missing 1.
And that's the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
What?
It is the first one you were missing.
Can we phone our friends in the chat?
Yeah.
Does anybody here know what is the beginning scene of Soarin' Around the World? Where's the first location?
Well, I hate to tell you
I think
this.
I'm having too much fun at this point, and I'm just kicking my legs that I'm not paying attention to the screen. Because I really enjoy the feeling of being whatever. But turn. Okay, so let's try and work backwards.
So
I think...
the only person in the chat, I think, is me right now. So.
so we have nobody. Nobody.
So
No help.
would you like a hint?
Yes.
Okay, the hint is the clouds open up to reveal this because it's the thing you would see when the clouds open up and reveal it. You can also find this in the park.
Oh, the Matterhorn.
Oh.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Scene 1. So we're going to start with the... Okay.
So we've paused this for quite a while.
Yes, this is
And we've
not
come
easy.
back.
So our thought process on the order is we start at the Matterhorn, then we go to the polar bear, and then we're going to go to the waterfall, which we think is in South America, we think it's Fiji where the people are
I think that's
rowing
right.
in the ocean.
Yep.
And then we go to Africa
With the
elephant
elephants.
that tosses dirt. And then I think we go to the pyramids, to the Great Wall in China, to then go to...
Germany?
We missed Australia. So we're going to put Australia there.
Sure. Australia to
Germany, Germany to India, India to the U.S., the Southwest,
to Monument Valley, I think is what
Yeah, I
technically
think
it's
it's
called
Monument
in the
Valley.
big thing. Yep.
to Paris to Disneyland.
There you go.
Excellent.
Or Epcot, depending on which park you're at.
This is a Disneyland podcast.
Yeah.
We ask Disneyland questions.
Okay.
So I did watch a Epcot recording of this to find the order, though. So
Great.
it's valid for sure.
Holy buckets.
Disney Plus has this on there as one of the attractions.
That would have been really smart for me to go and look at.
Yeah.
But I don't always do smart things.
I think we got all the locations.
Yeah.
I'm feeling confident about that. I'm not feeling confident about the order.
We'll find out.
You're going to have to wait a while because we got to go through a discussion topic first. And then we'll come back and this will be the last answer you get. Stick around if you want to know. And you haven't already just gone on YouTube to look it up yourself.
Just giving up on us because I would be shocked if we got it. Well, this week we continue our conversation with Brandon from Spirit Jersey. Can you talk about, because I'm thinking of different Spirit jerseys I've seen in the past. We've seen distressed and tie-dyed. We were talking about the printing process just for the layering of color if you have designs on the back side over the whether it's Seattle or LA or whatever. How does that work with tie-dye and stuff? Do these come pre-tie-dye? Do you guys have to do how does that whole thing work?
Yeah, tie-dyeing is it can get complicated. especially when you're doing it at the level of like a park where you need like consistency, But tie-dye, a lot of our tie-dyes are done like by hand.
Wow.
And like, so it's tie-dyes can't be found out in the world. So you have to dye it at some point. But there's a lot of like development that goes into like the right color. Because in a tie-dye, even if you have like, 10 different colors in it, it's like, does the yellow look good? Does the blue look good? So it's a lot of testing that goes in. I would just say that it kind of like expands the production timeline a lot, but often worth it. I mean, I think that they come out pretty cool still.
Yeah. See, just another reason tag why they're the price point they are. And tie-dyed.
But we go all around the world for like technique. Like we're looking at new like kind of variations of tie-dye that like only are done in like Japan, and like we're always going around like the world to try and like bring some unique or special thing to our product. So
that's cool.
So yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how to word this. What do you think has made Spirit Jersey so popular with people? Like, I feel like the easy answer is, well, it's got characters that the people like on it, but obviously it's more than that, because you can buy lots of different things with Disney characters on it. So, like, what do you think it is about Spirit Jerseys that make people so passionate about it?
No, it's a good question. I think that it's like a really good blend of, like, kind of what I was talking about earlier. Like, we find, well, first of all, it's a unique body. So I think it's like, it kind of sits in the category of almost like you said, like pins or ears or something that's like more collectible, because you're not going to be able to like find it like elsewhere in the world. So I think that's like one thing that kind of is a perfect pairing for Disney specifically. And then the second thing is that, like I said, it's almost like a walking billboard. So people love the oversized feel of it. They love the oversized print of it. And like the puff we do, we're really like precious about our puff. I think I mentioned down to like how, the exact temperatures that the puff ink rises in and timing. And we're just like very, like we consider it our trade specialty. So I think kind of like the combo of all of that. And of course, like a bunch of like lightning in a bottle, like it was just like kind of a great thing that happened, and now it's kind of stuck. So I think, that's my long-winded answer to say a few things.
Well, it's just, I have, since hearing you talk about Spirit Jersey at Disneyana and now talking to you about it more, I have such more of an appreciation for the brand and the process and everything, because I think it's something that people like just don't think about, right? You go to the store and you're like, well, there's a shirt or there's a bag or there's a whatever. And they don't realize, well, now they do if they listen to this, that like there's a lot of work that goes into something that on the surface seems like it'd be fairly simple, but it's not.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I get very excited about it. So hopefully I didn't bore everybody that's listening to the episode, but I think that it's kind of cool to understand. I mean, especially the things that like we wear, it's like, if you're going to buy something at a Disney park or Universal Park or wherever it may be to kind of encapsulate your memory there. Like, I hope that it's something that you love and lasts forever, or lasts a long time at least. So, yeah. Thank you for saying that. We feel the same way. We definitely have a appreciation for everybody over here in our facility that like touches Spirit Jersey and helps bring it to life. So.
That's awesome. So, Brandon, I feel like we got way ahead of ourselves because we got way too like nerdy and geeky.
Right into the product.
What is your role? Can you tell us about your history with Spirit Jersey, how you got involved, and what you do? Like, what does your day-to-day look like?
Yeah. So I of course mentioned that it's a family company.
Yeah.
That's
so cool. I didn't know that until just now. So that's really awesome.
Yeah. So I grew up always like around here. About a little over 6 or almost 7 months ago, I stepped into the role of creative director. So I came full time at the company. My primary role is to like really manage the brand, make sure that like our image is consistent across like all of our verticals and our channels. I also design, or I'm not a technical designer, but I set the creative direction for our whole website, which means managing our Warner Brothers license, our Disney license. We have a Coca-Cola license. We have a few colleges, some sports licenses. So really managing our direct-to-consumer strategy, which is I'll set the line plans for like what Disney products we're going to release, and then all the marketing plans that come involved with that, the photo assets, how we meet our customers and our fans at the cons, convention strategy. So a lot of some of those, a lot of those are my big buckets, in addition to also working with our amazing designers to help set some design for what you see in the parks and elsewhere. I have to do one shameless plug that we're doing like a Disney Princess release right now, where we're releasing a new, in accordance with their World Princess Week.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing a new princess drop every single day, which has been really cool. It's been like blowing out, but we're kind of like have recreated almost like the old like classic like VHS covers of some of these princesses.
Yeah.
Of course, not for like Moana and Tangled, because I feel like that was before VHS. But we're doing like 7 princesses over 7 days, and doing a new jersey with like a cool takedown of those movies. So
that's super cool. We're on the website right now, and it looks like today's release is The Little Mermaid. And yeah,
it is
totally.
It is.
It does give the vibes of like the cover of the VHS tapes. Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly, I would say my primary job is bringing those collections to life and, identifying those.
So look, that's one of the fun things that you guys got to do on your own, and like, kind of like, celebrate, celebrate Disney's Princess Week, but put your own spin on it.
Yes.
Now this is totally up to you. This is not going to air until after all of these have dropped. What else is coming? Or do you not want to say? I mean, for these princesses.
No, I can tell you. Yeah, no worries. They're all going to be out by the 27th, so I'm sure we're good, right? So we've done Moana on day 1. We did Tangled or Rapunzel on day 2.
Look at Pascal as the little front thing. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like in a glitter puff. It's kind of cool. And we did Little Mermaid today. We have Cinderella. Then we have Beauty and the Beast. Then we have Tiana. And then we have Jasmine.
Oh my gosh. What a great lineup.
Yeah. So it's a good lineup, and it's doing well so far, and we're stoked about it. Prior to this, we kind of launched our Disney license with Star Wars and Marvel, so we were able to tackle like Fantastic Four. We did some Doctor Doom stuff, and then for Star Wars, we've done like Maul, Vader. We did an Episode 3. I don't know if you guys are big Star Wars people, but we did like a Episode 3, which has its anniversary this year, jersey, and that has been like a hit for sure. And so we get to do like kind of like some of the more like, I don't want to say edgy, because like edgy is like such the wrong word for it, but we get to like fill those niche, get those niche fandoms and stuff. Yeah,
a little more outside the box.
How long are these princess ones going to be available?
These ones will remain available after this week. We are going to do some drops coming up where we'll only release like X amount or keep the ordering open for like a certain amount of time. I think it's a cool way to I think that like there's a lot of collectability with Spirit jerseys, so kind of like expanding that strategy to our site. What if we did, whatever IP, but we only released 200 of them, and never did that design again. Like, I think that that's a cool way to help like bring even more of that like kind of collector's aspect to the brand. So that's top of mind for sure. It's a good question.
Well, and like what we talked about before with the Frankenstein jerseys, we'll call them, that were done for Club 33. Like, that was a very unique thing, and they sold out like within a blink. Yeah. So there's obviously a demand for unique jerseys.
You know what's I feel like it's an interesting kind of line as a manufacturer to walk is like there's fans that just they like a design and they want to buy that shirt or whatever. But then like there's the collectors who like that it's gone, and then it's like I didn't want to collect it. I just thought it'd be cool to wear this shirt, but I couldn't get one. Like,
all sorts
that's
of
always
different
sad.
People that you're creating these things for.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, and sometimes, like, especially if they're maybe not a huge Disney parks goer or fan, like, they may pick it up and be like, oh, this looks cool. And then they like go somewhere else. They go on vacation. They buy it at oh, wait, I think I've seen that, like, that garment somewhere. Do I have one of those? And then like, it's gonna be like kind of help like create like this like different touch points for people. So hopefully they realize that it's a Spirit jersey and hopefully become a fan. So yeah.
It's still just wild to me that, we know it because of Disney and your relationship with Disney, but then like thinking, taking a step back from that and thinking of all the other places that I've been that I have seen Spirit jerseys, and now knowing that they're trademark. So if I see what I recognize as a Spirit jersey, it is a Spirit jersey. It's not just somebody else making the same, you know what I mean? It's not just someone copying and making their own version of it. No, it is a spirit jersey.
Hopefully.
So hopefully. But seeing like how they're just all over the place, and we're on your website right now looking at all of the different IPs and collaborations and just how many different things there are there. It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. And you said that there's, not like you've been talking about team sizes. So I'm like, how is it? 9 designers that are like pumping all these things out there? That's magic right there.
It's crazy. And like, that's just the stuff we see, right? Like, for every one jersey that comes to market, there's 10 more that weren't. So our designers are like, between them and product development and our actual printers who make stuff, like it's like a team of amazing like artists who do this. So
you have brands that I didn't ever think would do a spirit. Like there's a Jeopardy spirit jersey. There's a Wheel of Fortune spirit jersey. For fans of the White Lotus, there's a White Lotus spirit jersey, collection.
And I think what's kind of cool about, like, we always like try and do partnerships instead of just like licensing deals. So like the Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, we worked very closely with the teams, the Bob's Burgers. We actually designed it with the production team.
Oh, cool.
The cast came by our booth at San Diego Comic-Con. So like we're very like, we try and go like bring something that's like, again, like special, you know, which isn't always the case for like licensed products. So we got some Lord of the Rings stuff up. We got
Gremlins.
a lot of like, Gremlins, Beetlejuice. We're trying to find your jersey for everybody. So
I like the fact that I'm learning that there's not just the classic spirit jersey, because I was like, oh, there's all types of different things you could get. Like I was just looking at the White Lotus because that's a good show. I like that show. They've just got like a regular T-shirt, a couple of them, and then like I will say, I love this. I'm sorry, I love this shirt. These gays, they're trying to murder me. That's awesome.
I have to tell you that is the best selling item in the White Lotus collection.
I mean,
this is iconic.
It's so
small
good.
and medium is sold out, so I get it. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I like the White Lotus too. But yes, we do like a lot of our like tees and other bodies you can find on our site. Ton of different IPs that we like help service on our site too. Definitely worth checking out. We do pretty good. We do pretty well with blanks too. A lot of people like to buy our spirit jerseys blank. People either just like wear them like, like the buy blank tees, or some people like the design on them and like make their own spirit jerseys, which is like always fun. We have a tote bag. We do influencer collabs. We did one with Dapper Danielle.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. We do cities. I don't know. So we do like a bunch of stuff. I definitely recommend, if you have a moment, check out spiritjersey.com and just see what we have. We got a good selection there.
I'm sure that there is a non-zero amount of people that heard you say influencer collabs and they're thinking DLWeekly spirit jersey. Oh, jeez.
Well, we can make anything happen. So
everybody listening has to buy 3 of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
That's
awesome.
Price. No.
That would be really fun. That'd be really
so
fun.
Funny. So with that, so you have like the collaborations. You mentioned Dapper Danielle. So and at Disney Anna, you were talking with Marcy, and you guys are doing a collab together too. How does that work? Like if people have some sort of, I don't know, event, idea, whatever, are you open to doing like, I guess, collaborations and that kind of thing? And if people are interested in that, what is a way that they can, how do they go about doing that?
What are the product minimums?
No. But like, just like, it's interesting to think of like different events or something that you go to that like, oh, maybe like we're going to an event in Marceline, Missouri in September. Like, does the Walt Disney Hometown Museum have a need for spirit jerseys? And like, how do you go about making your own spirit jersey and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
No, it's a good question. There is a couple ways. Like, of course, if you're interested in like picking up spirit jersey for like your store and you want to buy it wholesale, you get great pricing, and it's definitely more of like a buy versus like collaboration. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking to like put one, anybody's listening, if you're looking to put one like in your store, or you want to sell it yourself, we do have a whole wholesale channel. It's like probably the largest part of our business.
Wow.
With the team. So there's an email on the bottom of our website, or there's a little button on the bottom of our website that says wholesale, and then there's a form you can fill out for an inquiry, and and then we have a whole team that will send you like pricing and how the process works.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like collabs, like in the case of like Dapper Danielle, that was like most of them just come kind of naturally. Like she's like amazing as far as Disney creators go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to say the word. I guess like the word people don't like the word like influencer. So we'll go with like creators.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I also like creator. I like that better too.
It's better, and it's true. Like it's more appropriate. I mean, she wrote a book. Like she's amazing. But so I think when we can kind of identify collabs that make sense, we try and go after them. But often we're approached too. So I would definitely always encourage, if you think that there's like a collab that might make sense for us to do, like reach out, email on our site or mine, and we can go from there.
That was Brandon at spiritjersey.com.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be in trouble now. No, I'm kidding. We try and do everything that makes sense and get to as much as possible. But, you can imagine the amount of like IP we're trying to tackle going into this next year. So,
I think that's so cool because it's one of those things that, people like we were talking about before, it's just kind of become part of like Disney or whatever theme park culture or just, nerd culture in general when it comes to then branch down to like things like Lord of the Rings and everything past just parks. And it's just so cool that you get to do like that. Dapper Danielle has her spirit jersey because it's something that's very unique and recognizable because you guys have you've got your foothold with the brand and it's very iconic. And so, but it's still something that represents something outside of those bubbles and it's not just an IP. So I think that's so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it felt like a very natural step. So it made sense.
I'm just impressed that you guys have time to do those extra things in addition to all of the other obligations that you have going on. Because there's just
I don't know how, but it takes a village. So
it's amazing to me the size of your. I would think that it would have to be so. I know nothing about like production, but I'm like, how are those? There's only that many people doing all of that. Like, jeez. Keeping it all organized and coordinated.
If you guys ever come to LA, you'll come for a tour and I'll show you. It's crazy.
I need to see how this works because my mind is just blown.
You might never get me out of there. I might just sit there and ask questions all day.
Like, well, what about this? What about that? That's another question. That's another question I have for you. So when you guys have your own things that you're doing, how does that work? Do you try and keep those kind of in-house so you have more control over them so you can kind of meet demand as the orders are coming in? Or do you still process it at like it's a big order for like a park and then just kind of order what you need and go from there?
It's a great question. I think like we mostly try and process the demand that we see.
Yeah.
I think that, again, knowledge about like this little tidbit about like apparel things, like as you do things at a larger scale, you get economies of scale. So your cost like comes down.
Yeah.
So when there's an opportunity to do something on a bigger run for confident, like the style is going to do well, we want to make sure that we never like are missing a size on our site and that people who come to our site can actually find the thing they want because, like when you go to, there's nothing like you really want them in the site and you go to the site and then it's like, the size is down, you leave, you come back, it's down. And then it's like, how many times are you going to do that? So we really try and we have a full planning team that kind of like in-house and make sure we're like well stocked on blanks and well stocked on inventory. So we do try and plan for demand the best we can, but we also are lucky enough to find that some things just like take off out of nowhere. So, we got to be nimble. It's good that we have domestic for that reason too.
Yeah.
So that's
I was just going to ask, like, was there a design that you've had that like you were like, oh, this will probably be fine, and then like for some reason it just everybody wanted one, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, I I love Star Wars Episode 3, but I thought I knew people liked it, and I knew it kind of had like cult following, but I thought it was like a little more niche than like maybe like A New Hope. Like I was definitely wrong. Like that Episode 3 jersey that we have, it's literally called Star Wars Revenge of the Sith Spirit jersey. You got to go check it out if you haven't seen it. That one we like have not been able to keep in stock. So we just did a big order on it and it's replenished on our site now. So it's available, but it kind of goes fast. But that one is one that I was like, wow, this I thought was cool, like personally, but I had no idea how it would fit. You never really know.
Is it like a? It's hard to tell from like the photo. It looks like, almost like a jeanish like material, or like it's supposed to look like that kind of like denim-y.
Like distressed.
Distressed.
Yeah. No, it's you guys are amazingly observant. It's called a mineral wash technically, and it's supposed to give kind of like a distressed. It doesn't feel like denim. It feels like a spirit jersey when you wear it, but it definitely gives that kind of like distressed vintagey look. And honestly, it's been one of our most popular colors. Like people like love it. I mean, I get it. I think it's like that's kind of in, and people, especially on like with a movie poster from, I think the movie came out in the 90s. I hope it kind of gives it adds to that vintage like layer. Yeah. So I
was like, you must be young, because I was like, I remember these coming out. I went and saw them in the theaters because I think episode 3 was 2005.
Episode 3?
Yeah, episode 3.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, because they came out like 99, 2002, and 2005, I think.
So 99 was Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really early 2000s. I mean,
yeah,
I was 5, so like,
I feel so old.
But the other thing too is it's like it kind of feels like in universe because it's not perfect.
Yeah,
right? It's gritty. It looks like it's been worn even though it's new.
Yeah, definitely. I love that color. Yeah, we did a Doctor Doom style in it too. Ooh. Like, I think there's things that kind of make sense for it, but we're trying to do more in it. It's cool for us. We're coming out with like a mineral blue too, which will be cool, and like a mineral pink. So, love some more options.
Is there I guess it's 2 questions. Is there a brand that you'd really like to work with that you haven't worked with yet? And then, is there a design that you just wish would get out into the world, but just hasn't made it there?
Yes. Well, I mean, there's a lot of brands that I think would be really cool to work with. Mm-hmm. I mean, I grew up like going every weekend to Fairfax, which in LA is like the streetwear area. So I always loved like brands like Kith and the Hundreds, and Bobby Hundred, who started the Hundreds, actually became the creative director of Disney now, which is like super cool. So, I grew up there going like pretty much every weekend as like a teenager going to like Fairfax and like kind of like walking in all those stores. That was like the era of like of all the skate brands like Supreme and like all those. So I like selfishly, my dream would be to work with like one of those guys, like those like titans of that era. But there are a lot of really cool companies that also kind of live in like this fan space that I think would be really cool to work with. I'd love to do something with Roosevelt eventually. I think they're really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. My team is always saying that we should do something with them. My team loves Stony Clover. There's like all these cool companies that kind of exist in this similar space. Mm-hmm. We have a good relationship with Ashley Eckstein, who's her universe, who's like done amazing with that company. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's like a bunch of other, like, I feel like Disney parallel brands that I would love to do something with eventually in the future.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What would be a like niche, underrepresented, in your opinion, either character, movie, anything that if you could create any spirit jersey for, who or what would it be? Doesn't have to even be Disney. It could be any theme park universe or anything, period.
Anything. I'm a big like Marvel guy. Mm-hmm. So do you guys like the Marvel movies?
Yes.
Or Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a Spider-Punk jersey, which is in, I don't know if you guys saw Across the Spider-Verse or the second animated movie. So Spider-Punk was like kind of a fun character in it that I feel like that, doesn't have anything. So we might do one of those.
There you go.
I mentioned Treasure Planet earlier. Yes. Some of these like older movies that like are like people love. We're going to do something for Goofy Movie's 30th anniversary this year. So
I was going to say a Goofy movie's got to be one. That's
that came back heavy for the 30th. People are very excited about it.
Yeah, it's a cool one. And then we're going to do something for Steamboat Willie, I think, which would be really cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, so like so definitely I love like the niche Steamboat Willie obviously is very well known, but like the underserved like variations of like popular characters. What are the Mickeys that we don't ever see pop up, or what are the,
Yeah, because
So-
like right now it's like everything's the current version of Mickey, but yeah, there's been multiple versions of Mickey over the years, and it's interesting. Like
Just no
being-
creepy first costume at Disneyland Mickey.
No, yeah.
We don't need that Mickey.
But like, think of like what Mickey looked like when you were growing up versus what he looked like before and after and now. You know, like it is interesting that Mickey evolves, even though it's the same character. He gets different styles throughout the years.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, and I feel like then like every generation has their Mickey or two. You know, so
That's super
what-
cool.
Yeah, all those ones I mentioned would be
Yeah.
coming out on our website,
Awesome.
but you wouldn't see it in the park.
Yep. So
Yeah.
if someone is super interested in, say, like the Goofy movie jersey or the Treasure Planet jersey, what is the best way for them to learn when those are going to become available? Do you guys do like launches on social media, or how's the best way to be
Yeah.
in the loop?
The best way to do it is to follow our Instagram, which is Spirit Jersey, or to join our email list on our website. And we're pretty good about keeping people updated about new things we have coming dropping. Definitely on Instagram and definitely on email too. So I would say join one of those, follow us on one of those, and you'll be well in the loop. We are trying to release, maybe this will come out before, but we're trying to release the Goofy movie on the 15th of next month. So
Ooh.
of September. So
So cool. Tag is now like going down the rabbit hole of your
Well, I'm
the
just
Instagram.
I'll have to talk to James about this. I think my first Spirit jersey might be this White
Look at
Lotus
this.
one.
You have a convert.
It's just a funny shirt. Like I would totally. I don't know.
well, you guys will send me. You guys will send me what you have to fix something for my site, and then I'll make sure you guys get it. So
Oh, that's super kind of you, Brandon.
of course,
There's a Back to the Future.
Yeah, I
one?
was gonna say there's too many. There's so many good ones. Tag.
Okay, I need
I
to
don't
stop.
think we have Back to the Future on our site. That one I think Universal bought
Yeah.
Yeah,
for their park.
I'm just looking through
You're
your
gonna have to go
Instagram,
to-
but I need to stop because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just
You
going to look at stuff. And I just need
There's
to get away
so
from
many
that.
good things in there. So many good things.
I see. I'm worried now because now I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? If I get a Spirit jersey, what if I end up liking it? Like that's a commitment. Like that, I have a problem already with a couple things that I buy a lot at the park. I don't know if I need more. Do we,
Well, you have a
just
lot of
different.
self-control, but you won't be disappointed.
There you
I
go.
promise.
Brandon? You just need to give me like a Spirit jersey discount card or something. Like you get 10%
You
off
got
each
it.
Spirit jersey.
Yeah.
DLWeekly 10.
There
That's
you go.
what it's going to be.
There you go.
So we
People are going to go to your site and try to put this in
I
as
know.
a
Now
code,
I
just
have
so you know.
to. Now I have to do that. Let me hold on. You know what? Let's do that. We're going to honor it. DLWeekly 10 for 10% off. Okay.
At
There you go.
spiritjersey.com.
At spiritjersey.com.
I'm making a note right now, and I will make sure that it is up by the time we release this episode.
Okay.
Okay.
That's amazing. That's
You'll have to let
incredible.
us know how many people went and bought Spirit jerseys too, because that'd be
I'm
really interesting.
curious.
Okay. Yeah. I
Our
will.
people
I will.
love buying stuff. So
It's-
Awesome.
People in fandoms like Disney just love representing their fandoms, and Spirit Jersey is a great way to be able to do that.
we have authors on. In fact, one of the authors emailed us and they said, "I have gone to the post office this week more times than I've ever gone for my book." So
We're like, that's awesome.
Wow.
yeah,
That's
so we have a very good listenership of people who are very invested in supporting people who come on the show and stuff. So hopefully you guys see some of that too. Not that you
That'd be
need it;
awesome.
you guys sell a jillion of them.
No, thanks. Listen, we appreciate it all.
So I have a strange question for you. We have,
Oh,
I know
Lord.
we've had a lot of strange ones. We've been talking about like different styles and different inks and different, puffs and all that stuff. Can you kind of talk through that? Because again, it's probably the more like nerdy technical side, but like I think people know like just generic screen print and like what that is. But what is the difference with the inks and the different things that you guys are doing?
Yeah, good question. I mean, we do like a regular puff ink, just like a sparkle ink, which is what we're using right now or glitter ink, we call it, which is what's on our princess jerseys on the site. We do foil sometimes instead of the puff, which
Oh.
is like a really cool, which we're going to do for Beauty and the Beast,
Ooh.
which will be cool.
Yeah.
We do.
I think
trying
there's
to
one
think.
right now for the 70th that has the foil on it.
There is,
Yep.
yes. It's the one with the castle on the back.
Mm-hmm.
So we do, we have a lot of different like techniques. We mentioned that caviar bead one that's on the other 70th jersey.
Well, and there's like I've seen ones that have like almost like an iridescent look to them on the
Yep.
paint as well.
We do that. We have a really cool right now in the parks. Oh, this is definitely worth doing a shameless plug for. So we have one of our Oogie Boogie in the park right now is actually glow in the dark. So we have glow in the dark ink, which is really fun, where the green will actually glow.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of cool ink techniques floating out there.
So with the different ink techniques, is it like, so we'll just go with like the seeding one. What does that process look like? Do you just put it all on at once and then color on it for the colors after? Like, is that what the ink is? It's that texture, or is that something you add later?
It's a good question. It's a lot of times it's in the ink, but each ink is different, and each ink has a different process. So I guess the best answer I can give is that it depends.
Sure.
Like something like a foil, like almost needs to be like hand applied or like passed through a screen. So it just like, it kind of runs the gambit, but it's all part of the fun. So
that's incredible. So some of it might be like, the ink itself, or maybe like layering of different inks or whatever. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I made the mistake. I went back to the Instagram and I'm looking through designs.
Again.
Awesome.
Brandon, is
That's
there
awesome.
anything, I feel like we've covered a lot of different things, but is there anything that we have not covered that you'd like to talk about?
No, I think we covered. I mean, I think the main thing I would love for people to know is that we have Disney product that also comes out on our site.
Yeah.
And same with great stuff from Warner Brothers. White Lotus, if you like White Lotus.
Beetlejuice for the Halloween season.
We're going to be doing some fun Mickey Christmas stuff, and we got a bunch of cool stuff in the pipeline. We release on our site multiple times a month, so please stay on on our email list and our Instagram. And we're always open to hearing, what people like. So shoot us an email through the site or through my email, and then we just love it. We just love to interact. Come find us at a con. We come with a booth. We sell there. We also hang out there. Great place to share your ideas. And then outside of that, I think that's pretty much it. I think we just want to say thanks. Like if you've ever picked up a Spirit jersey, if you know us, if you've heard about us, we appreciate it. We take a lot of pride in what we do, and I hope that I was able to kind of give you guys a little bit of an inside scoop. So.
Oh, you gave us so much of an inside scoop. I've learned way more about the process that I didn't even know that I was so interested in knowing. So thank you so much for sharing all of that. Because it's quite the thing.
Think about that next time you look at that Spirit jersey hanging on the rack of all the effort and the potential years that it went into getting it there, and all the.
It's a journey.
Look at all the details of the things like all the different print styles and stuff, and see, because I've been noticing that with just the regular Disney, actually not even just Disney. We saw this when we were on the cruise and at Universal as well. Is it seems like a big thing right now in apparel is getting back to that stitched, that embroidered stuff. And I was like, that's awesome, because that to me seems like it's going to last longer than a print. I mean, maybe not a Spirit jersey print, but the normal screen printing you'd get wherever. And I really appreciate that, because I think it adds a premiumness to it. And I think you guys have done some of that with some of your Spirit jerseys too.
Yeah, and we got some more of that coming too, for sure. We have a bunch of really cool techniques that aren't necessarily ink techniques as well in the pipelines too. So
that's so cool.
Excited for those to show up. Yeah.
One of my favorite Spirit jerseys was a Disneyland one, but it's a sweater. They had it a couple of years ago. I think.
Is it that red one?
Yes, I love that thing. It's like a cable knit sweater, but it's a Spirit.
It was Christmas sweater, right?
Yep.
Or holiday sweater, yeah.
Very bright red, which red's not usually my go-to
Jill has
color,
that one too, doesn't
I
she?
love it. No, she's got one of the Sherpa ones. 'Cause we've now learned the technical term, not just fuzzy.
Sure.
I love when they do stuff. I love when the parks picks up stuff that isn't a totally different fabrication.
Yeah.
Like that, or they used to do again for a Club 33 thing. They did a cashmere one, which was really cool. It was very expensive. I don't remember how much it was exactly, but it was it was cool. It's always fun when that kind of stuff happens. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess we will finish out with our last question. We've asked so many. If you could work at Disneyland, what would you do? Sky's the limit. It could be any job, real or something you've made up.
I would be I'd want to be an Imagineer. I'm sure so many people say that, but I feel like what I do here, blending creativity to bringing things that to life, and designing things that actually can make it to market and make sense, is what I love to do. So that would be my dream. But I have no engineering skills whatsoever. So if I could do that without going to engineering school, then I would do that.
You know, if you go back about 70 years,
Yeah.
I just got back to reading the Imagineering story on this cruise, and all the people that they were animators or they just did some other things, and they just figured it out.
They did it. Yep.
Yeah,
Can't do that
figured
anymore,
it out. I love that doc, the Imagineering doc on Disney Plus. If you it was one of the first things they released when they launched the service, but it is awesome.
Yeah,
it's fascinating. That was one of the things that got me excited about Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Was that show, the announcement
that
of
was
that
probably
show.
the first thing we watched on Disney Plus.
It probably was. Yeah.
It was great.
was.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
If you like that, make sure you check out, they had another kind of thing like that was called Behind the Attraction that was pretty good. What was it's gone now, but they had the one where they went around and looked at the...
Prop culture.
Yeah.
That was different. But
Yeah.
on YouTube, they have, they do behind-the-scenes videos on YouTube of Imagineering now, too, that you can watch. Why they're not on Disney Plus, I don't know, but they still
should
exist.
be. They should.
Yeah.
They used to do that, One Day at Disney
Yes.
series. That was, kind of fun. But I haven't seen them in a long time.
They have an
Kind of
Animal
moved away from it.
Kingdom one, too, where, they did, a day in the life of, people at Animal Kingdom and the different animals and stuff.
that's
That
cool.
was cool.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That's fast. Yeah, it is fascinating. It's it's amazing. I'm pretty sure isn't Disney World the biggest employer in Florida or something? It's something
Probably.
crazy. I could be so wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And I just think it's amazing how what an operation it is. Yeah, and how many guests they're able to service in a day. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Just looking at things how many churros do you think they sell in a day, or how
Right.
many popcorns or balloons or whatever, spirit jerseys, it's just the volume of people going through is
crazy.
amazing.
When we were down there driving around the property a little bit last week, I just had a moment where I was and I said to James, I said, one company built all of this. We were walking around one of the resorts and and in Florida, all of the roads and everything on their property, they built. What?
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. And they architected a bunch of the towns nearby. I mean, it is it is unbelievable when you think about it. Yeah. When you it is. It is something
amazing.
for sure.
It is amazing. And then you didn't even do the utilidor tour to see all of the subsidy that they built under the park and all that fun stuff.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Well, Brandon, thank you so much for being on. Just remind people, I know we just talked about it a second ago, but remind people if they wanted to find you or Spirit Jersey online, where can they go?
SpiritJersey.com. Check out all of our news releases. Join our email list. Follow us on Instagram. We're just at Spirit Jersey, or on TikTok too. We're also at Spirit Jersey. And we have an email on our website, and you can also email me. I've given my email 4 times on this already, and I will absolutely do my 100% best to get back. But seriously, come find us at a convention, and truly appreciate you guys for having me on the podcast. It was a pleasure, and it's always an honor to talk to people as enthusiastic about this stuff as we are. So,
That's awesome. Want to support the show as a one-time payment? Well, you can buy us a churro. Head on over to DLWeekly.net/churro to support us this way. Thank you to all of our listeners who have supported the show in any way possible.
Woo! Welcome back to Trivia Land, Chef. My name Raymond, and I hope them answers are bigger and better than this here back porch I got attached to me. Don't you know Evangeline and I wish y'all the best of luck.
Well, hello again. Welcome back. I have been a world traveler since you've been gone.
Yeah.
I give up. Remember I said, I think we have to get our brains primed and then we do better. And then that last question happened.
I did that.
It's a good question, though.
It's a good question. Great trivia question. You had a chance.
Yep.
And we'll see how you did. But first, we go through the 3 other questions before we get to that one. First question, inspired by our listener, Joe. True or false, you can still get a Marglyphics decoder card? You both said true. And that's the right answer.
Woohoo!
Joe actually sent a picture of the card because you talked about the Marglyphics about a month ago. And on the back of it, it said 30 years of adventure. So they're still kind of updating them, too, as they go along the way.
Do you ask the cast member at Indiana Jones for it?
That part I don't know.
Okay.
But it's somewhere there.
So.
I would presume so as well. That would make the most sense.
We'll test the theory when we're there next week.
Yeah, because that was cool.
Next week. In 2 weeks.
Sure. It's nice it makes sense. You have options for people who don't have phones or for kids so they can still play along and have that experience. I'm glad that's still there.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Second question. The Jungle Cruise has free fares for today, but there are extra fees if you bring one of these 3 things with you. What are they? I don't remember what you said, but I just know they were wrong. The 3 things you cannot bring with you on the Jungle Cruise: livestock, furniture, and explosives.
Oh, well done. Oh,
then
we
where
thought
did
there
the-
was a fee to bring it. You just can't bring it at all.
There is an extra fee.
Oh, but okay.
So where did they... Okay, never mind. I was going to say the baboons got explosives somewhere.
That's true. Maybe
That's
that's why
why.
there's a rule.
That's why the rule got added. Yep.
There we go.
Hanging up on the outside. Can't do it.
Jeez.
Next
Yeah,
question.
oops.
What's the capacity for each cycle of the Golden Zephyr? With 75 and 60. Tag, your math was close. You were just 1 car short, which means Teresa has 3 people too many.
Ooh.
72.
So there's 6 cars of 12 people per car.
I think that is correct.
Boom! At least I had the math, except for not enough cars.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel pretty good that I got the right amount of people per car.
You should feel good about that. Of those whirling
And now
cars.
that is short-lived because...
Yes. Final question. Thank you, listener Zach R. This is a great question. I look forward to more questions like this from all of you listeners. In order, name the destinations in Soarin' Around the World. You did correctly get all 13 destinations with a little bit of help and a little bit of detail acceptable. The story starts at the Matterhorn in Switzerland and then takes you to the ice fjords of Greenland
Okay.
with the polar bears. So
Got the polar bears.
you're on the right track. And that's where it falls apart because you should have listened to Teresa that it goes to Sydney Harbor next.
Oh.
After
Sorry, Teresa.
after Sydney Harbor, we fly back to Europe to go to Castle Neuschwanstein in Germany. And then we go down to Mount
Oh, we did have Australia to Germany.
You did. Yes, just
Wrong section.
wrong place. But then we go to Tanzania and the base of Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, where we see the elephant.
Yep.
After that, we fly over to the Great Wall of China to fly back to the Great Pyramids of Giza.
Oh.
So on the right track for that one. And the cloud of dust breaks away, of course, for that transition out of Africa into China, into the kite, into the pyramids. And then I think we just fly into the clouds, where then we visit the Taj Mahal. But kudos for remembering the Taj Mahal transitions to Monument Valley in Utah of the U.S. with the hot air balloons. Great explanation. The minaret moving there and going to that. From there, you flip-flopped Fiji and the Iguazu Falls in South America on the border of Argentina and Brazil.
I thought this
Fiji
was so much earlier.
comes first and is near the end. And then you hit the waterfall, dividing those. And then you transition into nighttime for the Eiffel Tower. There is not a lot of nighttime through this. So no matter how much you try to think about where is things at night, it's pretty much Paris. And then Disneyland at the end to wrap it up when you get sent there through the beam of light. So you got 2 spots for sure in the right spot. I haven't checked to see if you managed to just luckily land the Great Wall in the right order, but everything around it, not quite right.
Lame.
But the spirit of what you're going for, not too bad.
We
So-
put way too much effort into trying to get that right when it was going to be very difficult.
You did. You were off recording for a good 5 or 10 minutes of trying to talk your way through this
Yeah.
one. You had so much good logic. You made some really good steps forward as you went through it of how these things transition to each other. You got so close, but not quite there. So, bummer. But great
Maybe
question.
somebody will ask the order of the original, and then maybe we'll be better at that.
Boy.
I think
don't
we've
know.
done that one before,
Have we?
actually. So that's why I was excited to see the Around the World as an option. I'll have to look and see if we can throw back to it at some point for you to go through it. But I love questions like this. I love the variety that we get. Bring on these process and order questions to really put these two in the spot and test their brains. Whatever you've got, trivia is better when we have listener questions. You can submit your ideas at the website trivia. It's dlweekly.net/trivia.
Well, we will be back next week with more Disneyland news and information.
Until then, go out and enjoy the parks.
A special thank you to Sidel for editing the podcast and Andy Mack for all the wonderful character transitions.
All weekly tears, prepare to be stepping out to your right.
There she goes.